Hey YouTube, it's Mark here, just recording a short video for you this evening. Just wanted to share some of my experiences when I first became aware of the Bible version issue. And as I mentioned before, it is an issue and we need to be talking about it. And one of the things that cropped up, one of the images that I saw that prompted my investigation, which I've recorded here in one of my oldest videos on here that I've shared, was, it mentioned a few verses were a problem and all the rest of it, but it mentioned this fantastical figure of 65,000 words or something like that. It was a very, very high figure. And I remember at the time thinking with some skepticism that, that's a high figure, that's a lot, it's a, maybe a bit of a exaggerated claim. And actually, when you go and investigate this, and I strongly recommend you do, all the tools are available for free. You can check your King James Bible with various software, as I've done. I'm just going to present you with some of those findings here. And you can go online. Bible Gateway has a keyword lookup. And despite the fact that it's got all these satanic perversions on there, you can keyword look up against any of them. And it seems to be quite accurate from what I've seen. So I encourage you to do your own research, pick a word, and just go and look. The one I want to talk about tonight is behold. And its variants actually as well, and I had to be careful with this to make sure that I was not just looking at a very singular word, but any occurrence of that word, any variation of that word. So I looked in this case at the word behold. I looked at the word beholding, beholdest, beholdeth, and beheld, but primarily behold was the big word, and in total, according to the software that I was using, the Bible Analyzer, which I strongly recommend, these words in total appear 1,402 times in your King James Bible. And just wanted to point out a couple of things about this, really. If a word appears that often, okay, it's safe to say that that's an important word, right? If it just appears a few times, and I'm not talking about the ands or the these or whatever, but I'm talking about, these kind of words. And behold, you see it straight away in Genesis, and you see it all the way at the end in Revelation. Just wanted to point out as well, just statistics-wise, these words appear in all but 2 of the books of the Old Testament, so it's just replete everywhere in the Old Testament. And much of the New Testament, not so much, but a lot of it. It's not the fact that that it appears this often and it appears to this amount. One of the important facets about the word behold is what it conveys. To behold something is nowhere near the same as to look at something or to see something. I can look outside, I can see a man walking, but I can behold creation, for example. So, to behold something is to fix your eyes upon it, to really pay attention to what's in front of you, what's being presented to you. It's a very focused form of to look or see in that manner. It's a very powerful word, very descriptive, very important. And, you find its removal in all of the perversions that are out there. So I wanted to point out a couple in particular that retain some of it, and the rest of them just virtually don't have it at all. The 2 that do have it in reasonable amounts are the ESV, which has, in various combinations, 1,069 occurrences of that word and its variants, primarily behold though. The New King James, 589 times. And it is worth pointing out here that the ESV still removes this 333 times. The New King James removed this 813 times. Those figures are still way too high. Should be 0. Should be a King James. Those figures are still way too high. On the outset, someone might go, well, that's not so bad. Any is a problem. But the worst offenders are basically everybody else. You've got the CEV on no occurrences at all. NLT, nothing. Good News Bible, nothing. Message, nothing. NIV, just 2 occurrences. So the NIV, removes or changes in some form or another the word behold and its variants 1,400 times. It's gone from the NIV. So what I wanted to do with this video is just bring you back to the beginning. And you know this number that you see, I'm sure you've seen it on a graphic that's on the internet or various websites, and they talk about the NIV and say, oh, you know, 65,000 words, and you kind of sort of think to yourself, you know, but now, just to equip you, I hope, with a little bit of information, behold, 1,400 times, 1,400 times, just that word and a few variants of it, total of 1,400 times, gone or changed. So now, you know, hopefully you can see that this 65,000 word number of removals or changes, it's quite achievable. That's just one word. One word. So I encourage you guys to just do some research and just take a look at this. And, you know, if you see that figure, 65,000, don't be intimidated by it, because it's accurate. It's very accurate. You know, just for one word alone, 1,400 occurrences. Food for thought, right, guys? Anyway, just wanted to bring this to you just to give you an idea of, you know, just how bad, how awful this corruption is, and how we have to stand for the word, the pure word of God, King James Bible. I just pray that you get one if you don't have one, and please, if you look at this video and some of the others that I've posted, just get a conviction, just dump your pride and go for the pure word of God. Okay? I'd love to hear what you think about this, guys. God bless, take care.